Hello, friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Attorney E, Immigration Lawyer. Today's date po is January 10, 2025, and we are going to talk about deportation. Ito po ay most requested, kaya po yan po ang ating pag-uusapan today, okay? So may nag-request po sa akin na pag-usapan naman daw po natin ang proseso ng deportation, and I'm going to do that kasi napaka-relevant po niyan. Marami pong nangangailangan ng information. Okay? Before we start, I want to introduce myself. My name is Attorney Elaine Antonio Bordeaux. I'm based in the United States, and we have two locations in the U.S., isa sa Colorado, Broomfield, and a new location in Dallas, Texas. If you want to schedule a consultation with me, mag-text kayo 713-315-7793 or mag-email kayo eb@eboardlaw.com. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the deportation process. Ang atin pong episode for today, hindi po ito substitute sa consultation with your immigration lawyer. Okay? Wala pong attorney-client relationship between us. Ito po ay for educational purposes only. Ayan. Okay, so I'm going to share to you my screen. So what I'm gonna do is, meron akong material that I want to share with you. Ito po ay ating, we got it from the Immigrant Legal Resource Center. Okay, so ILRC. And for purposes of our discussion, ang deportation po is the same as the removal. Okay, so dito po ipapaliwanag natin yung four situations na pwedeng mangyari na malagay po ang isang imigrante na walang status sa deportation process. Okay? So number one, kung if the individual is stopped by ICE or CBP agents, ayan. So kung na-encounter nyo ang ICE or CBP and then nagkaroon po ng proseso to check kung meron kayong lawful immigration status o wala, yan po. Okay. Pangalawa, yung local law enforcement gives criminal information to ICE. Yan po, when the local law enforcement ay nagbibigay ng information sa ICE. So I explained this in my previous episode na may mga cases na say traffic violation, wala pong lisensya, and then wala pong lawful immigration status, simpleng traffic violation na nauwi sa ICE hold or ICE detention. Okay? Pangatlo po, application for benefit is denied by USCIS. So pangatlong situation, nag-file ng adjustment of status or ng isang USCIS application, it was denied. And then after that, it was sent to immigration for deportation. Okay po. Excuse me, malamig ang panahon. Nag-snow kami dito ngayon sa Dallas. And finally, person asks for asylum at the border. So yung mga pumapasok po sa border, humihingi po ng asylum, ayan, ay pwede rin pong malagay sa deportation process. After the denial of the asylum application. Okay? Now, number two, if ICE decides, sabi dito, if ICE decides, well, ICE decides if the person is eligible for deportation or not. Okay? So step two, ito po ang pwedeng mangyari, start a case in immigration court. So pwede pong, ang sabihin ng ICE, okay, we're gonna place you, ilalagay ka nila sa deportation court. Alright. Pwede rin pong magbigay ng order, give a removal order to individuals on the border. Yung mga papasok pa lang, ayan, yung hindi pa nasa border pa lang. Okay, so pwede po yon. Ang tinatawag po doon ay expedited order of removal. And then pwede rin pong i-reinstate and execute kung meron ng prior order of removal. Step 3. Under step 2, yun yung nilagay ka sa deportation court or sa immigration court. Anong mangyayari? Doon sa immigration court po ay magkakaroon ng pagkakataon for you to say kung meron kang depensa o wala. Okay? So may mga cases na meron kang reliefs or defenses. Ayan, yung say may asawa kang US citizen or may anak kang US citizen or pwede po na cancellation of removal or naging victim ka ng human trafficking, ng abuse. So meron pong mga pwedeng reliefs and meron tayong ibang episode for that. Okay? Yung voluntary departure is also a relief. Yung uuwi ka na lang or babalik ka na lang sa yung country of origin. Yan. So sasabihin mo yun sa immigration court. And then the immigration court will make a decision whether to grant your request or not. Okay? So may mga cases na ginagrant ng immigration court mismo, say yung cancellation of removal na 10 years na, may asawang US citizen, may anak na US citizen, may hardship kung siya ay mapapadeport. Yan. So magkakaroon po ng master hearing, merong individual hearing, and then decision. Yan po ang mangyayari sa immigration court. Now, pag expedited removal ay hindi na po pupunta sa immigration court. Yun po yung mga nasa border. In most cases, usually po kapag nakapasok na sa US, so say nag-tourist na, ganyan na out of status, so kaya nag-asawa, nag-file ng adjustment, na-deny, and then the individual will be placed sa deportation court. Okay? Pag nakapasok na ay hindi na po pwede ang expedited removal. Okay? Ngayon, generally, okay? Ngayon, what if meron na palang prior order ng deportation? Ayun, ibang usapan na po yun. Siyempre, kung meron ka ng prior order of deportation, i-execute na lamang po ng immigration yon. Okay? So say for instance, long time ago, ay ikaw pala ay nalagay na sa deportation at nagkaroon ka na ng deportation order, then yung step for you is just removal na yan or execution ng prior order of removal. Okay? So, dun sa step 3 po, kung nasa immigration court ka, magkakaroon ng hearing, either i-grant or hindi po i-grant. Okay? Kung meron ng final removal order, then the person has no immigration status or permission to stay in the United States. So they have to execute that. Okay? All right. Sabi dito, ICE may legally deport the person from the United States. Itong step 4. Okay? So kung meron ng final removal order, ICE may legally deport the person from the United States. Kung wala pa pong removal order, hindi pa pwede. Okay? Pero kung nagkaroon na ng final removal order, nalagay na sa court, nagkaroon ng final removal order, ICE may legally deport the person from the United States. Ito po ang pwedeng gawin ng ICE. Deport the person to their country of origin, so i-deport na kayo, o kaya i-detain the person while it arranges with the country of citizenship to physically deport the person. So nakadetain muna habang inaayos kung saan i-deport o kaya i-release the person until it can physically deport them with order of supervision or grant a stay of removal and officially delay the deportation process. So pwede pong mag-grant ng stay of removal. Of course, may mga grounds po yan sa grant. Okay? Now, yan po ang overview ng deportation process. So we discuss kung ano po yung mga common ways kung paano nalalagay sa deportation ng isang tao na encounter ng ICE or CBP o kaya ni-refer ng local enforcement o kaya nag-apply ng application na na-deny o kaya yung mga nag-a-apply ng asylum at the border. Okay? Now, step 2, um, yung mga nag-a-apply kasi ng asylum, 'di ba? Yung wala namang basihang mga asylum. Uh, so as you can see, Of course, may meron po talagang ground for asylum. And yun po ang nakakaawa kasi sa sobrang dami na nag-a-apply ng asylum, ang taas ng denial. Tapos yung mga totoong kailangan mag-apply ng asylum, sila po yung naghihintay. Okay? So, yun lang ang comment ko dyan sa asylum process. As you know, in the past administration, pag nag-apply ng asylum, ay binibigyan po ng proseso. So, hindi po sila hinuhuli, hindi po sila nilalagay sa expedited removal. And ang tamang proseso naman po ay pag nag-file po ng asylum sa border at may credible fear talaga, ay dapat po ay papasukin at padaanin sa proseso po ng asylum. Okay? Kasi kung pababalikin mo at talagang merong danger sa kanyang buhay, hindi naman tama yon, 'di ba? So, kaya po merong asylum application. Yun ang purpose ng asylum application. Okay. So, dito sa four situations na ito, ay po pwede pong mag-decide ang ICE na ilagay ka sa deportation court o kung meron ka ng order na final removal na check sa record mo, meron na pala, and then i-execute na lamang po nila yon. Okay? Pero kung wala ka pang prior removal order, ay magkakaroon ka ng pagkakataon na magkaroon ng hearing before the immigration judge at doon nyo po sasabihin kung may relief kayo. Hindi po lahat ay may relief. Yan. Meron po mga cases na may mga reliefs and that's good. Lalo na po yung may mga anak na dito sa Amerika, may asawa, may pamilya na nandito for the longest time at wala naman mga naging criminal history at nagbayad ng kanilang mga taxes. So, maaari po kayo ay may relief sa talk to an immigration lawyer. Ngayon, kung after the hearing, the judge will tell you kung magagrant yung release o yung relief or not, and then magdidesisyon. Ngayon, kung ang decision ay denial, then magkakaroon po ng deportation order. Kung wala pong appeal or stay ng removal, then execution na po yun. Yan. Okay po? So, ang mapapayo ko lamang po at this time ay information is power. Makipagkonsulta po kayo sa inyong immigration lawyer. Marami pong immigration lawyer around you before you make the decision. Talk to a professional and sana naman po ay whatever you decide, of course, you will be guided. And para dun sa mga may status o yung ang situation nila ay hindi po doon sa mga nangangamba sa deportation, wag naman po tayong maging sa kanila, kumbaga harsh. Be kind, and then sana po ay you keep yourself updated sa mga sinasabi po ng ating consulate, sa sinasabi po ng mga ng immigration, and then kung meron kayo nabalitaan, huwag kayong humingi ng information dun sa mga wala pong credible knowledge, no? Wala po silang, hindi po sila professional, they're not immigration lawyers, mga kaibigan, kasi po baka magkamali po ng advice sa inyo. Okay? Yan po ang ating episode for today. Ako po si Attorney Elaine Antonio Bordeaux. Until next time po, maraming salamat. Bye-bye.